Welcome back, everyone, to Little Roadie Wargaming for a Chain of Command battle reports. Here's 1942, and we are back in North Africa for a showdown between the 8th Army and the Deutsche Afrika Korps. Today's game is Scenario 4, a delaying action from the Corps rulebook. The 8th Army is attempting to sweep across the table and drive the Germans off, while the Germans are attempting to blunt or outright stall this advance. A British victory will be if they're able to capture a jump-off points within the German starting area, where the Germans claim a victory if there is any other results, presumably a break in force morale. Now, the British will start with a stack of 4 patrol markers on this table edge here, whereas the Germans will have 3 within this 6 by 36 inch starting area, and their their patrol markers have to start within 6 inches of each other. Once the patrol phase is over, the British will be placing 3 jump-off points. The Germans will also be placing 3 jump-off points with an additional jump-off point anywhere within this 6 by 36 inch area. Now let's go over some of the terrain in today's game. Any of the buildings, since it's North Africa and they're a little bit more sturdy buildings, are going to count as hard cover. Any of the footprints of the trees will count as soft cover, but they are not line of sight obstructing. The roads will carry all the normal rules that exist for wheeled vehicles, tracked vehicles, etc. And the elevated positions, as well as any of the elevated windows, will allow for fire over the heads of friendly troops so long as their target is not within 6 inches of a friendly model. Now, since we're using some platoons that aren't listed in the Corps rulebooks, we're going to go over the armies for today. And here we have the British 8th Army. They are a regular platoon with a rating of -1. They are led by a senior leader with a pistol, as well as a senior leader with an SMG. There are 3 identical sections that are a junior leader with an SMG, a Bren team with 3 crew, and a rifle team with 6 riflemen. Attached to this platoon, there is also a 2-inch mortar and a boys AT gun. So I've rolled up force morale, and unfortunately the British are sitting at an 8, but because of the support point roll for the scenario and the difference in force rating, they have 13 support points. And here we have the DaK Schützen. They are led by a senior leader with pistol, 3 squads which are led by a junior leader with MP40, and each squad is broken up into 2 teams, both of which have a MG34 with 2 crew. One of the teams has 4 riflemen, and the other team has 3 riflemen. So as they are regulars, and they have a force rating of +2. Ted has also rolled for his force morale, and he's sitting at 11, but with the scenario, he only has 5 support points. So let's move on to the patrol phase. So at the end of the patrol phase, we ended up with the all-important German jump-off point right here in this blown-out building. We also have another one here in this blown-out building, behind this rise in the terrain there, and on the second floor of this. British have a jump-off point right behind this building, right behind that building, and back here on this rise in the terrain as well. So, as you can see, the patrol phase got a little congested up right there, so that really limited at least what the British are able to get for jump-off points. So now we'll go over some plans, and we will start with the German one.
Okay, the German plan, we have to defend this jump-off point. We got a couple squads put in the building, lay some machine gun fire down on the second floor. Gives me the advantage I can shoot over a lot of individuals. I've got the group here. I have a 2-2-1 Mk and a light mortar for my support points. So that'll give me a little speed, a little heavy firepower with the scout car, and then the mortar. It can move as it shoots. So I'm not locked down, but I can provide a little bit of artillery for the infantry squad. And I got good coverage over the board. Got a little protection. This squad can fall back to this building if necessary. I can set up the troops on this ridge to cover up the road. This squad here in this building covers up the wasteland, and we'll see how the dice gods treat the Germans today.
Okay, so the 8th Army plan. Since this is my furthest forward deployment point, this is going to be kind of my attack point here with infantry pushing up. Luckily I have a 2-inch mortar, so I'll be able to use some smoke. Think about sticking them back there with the Boys AT rifle team up here to deal with any maybe light vehicles that he has, or just to reduce some of the cover that he might have for his infantry and just plink some shots off. For support, I'm taking a preliminary bombardment for 2, medical orderly for 1, to kind of keep my leaders healthy for the push forward. I'm also going to take a 25-pounder, which I'm going to deploy back here on this position so that I can fire on either side, hopefully get a good field of view on at least all 2, if not all 3 of his jump-off points. And I took a Matilda, which is going to have to come on down this road here, which maybe will be supported by an infantry team, or an infantry section from that jump-off point back there on the hill. So that's it, pretty straightforward. All right, so the plans have been laid out. Now let's see if they survive contact with the enemy. So being the attacking player, the British get the first phase. Let's see what we got. Oh, that is, well, I guess I can work with that, maybe. Maybe, let's see what I can do here. Got 3 2s and 2 1s. So with that roll, I used a 1 to bring on a light mortar. I brought this section in, as well as this section over here. And we'll start pushing up, trying to be a little cautious at first because there's a lot of open firing lines here. And we'll move on to the German phase, which will be a great time for me to tell Ted that, okay, he's rolled a decent roll here. We got a 6, a 5, a 1, 1, and 3, and there's a preliminary bombardment, so you might have some hard time bringing some of that on. But we'll see what the Germans can do. So he's going to try to bring one of his squads into a 3, needing a 4, 5, or 6, and then make it through the barrage. So one of the shoots and squads deployed, one team into the bottom with the smaller 3-man rifle team on the top, and they can fire, managing to get some of this team. So the most that they'd be able to do is 5 casualties here. So we got 6 rifles, 2 machine guns, needing 5s or 6s at effective range.
So that's
3,
5 hits from the machine guns.
5. So we will put 3 on the rifle team, 2 on the.
And then I gotta roll the 6 rifles.
Oh, that was just the machine guns. Jeez.
2 more.
2 more.
Yeah. So
7.
7.
All right. So could you grab me some of my dice over there?
Yep.
So I'm gonna put 4 and 3. Let me get the 4. Okay. So 4 onto the rifle. So that is 2 dead and a point of shock. And then let's get that out of the way. Onto the Bren team. That is 1 dead. All right, so that's a total of 3 dead. Is my leader hit? He is not. So we'll pull those casualties and get the shock down. So Ted's attempting to bring in a 5cm mortar. He does. 4, 5, or 6, they come on. Now he brought the mortar in over there, and they have direct line of sight on the squad back here, which would eliminate any cover that they may get from the rocky outcropping. So it is a firepower of 2, and they are in close range. 5, 4, 5s, or 6s. So that is 1 hit. They are not considered to be in light cover. So that is a point of shock. Got anything else to do with that 1?
No.
No? No other teams? All right. So we will put the point of shock. Oh, I did not say which team that was going to be on, so we'll say 1, 2, or 3 is the rifle team, 4, 5, 6 it's the Bren. So point of shock goes on to the rifle team, and we'll be back with the British phase. All right, here's the British phase. We have 2 chain of commands, 4 and 2 3s. I think, oh, not necessarily. I can work with that. 2 junior leaders. Oh, terrible for the Germans. Let's hope so. So with one of the 3s, the British brought on their 25-pounder with junior leader, and it is going to fire its 7 HE dice onto this building here. So with the HE, they're hitting on 4, 5s, or 6s. It will reduce their cover by 1. Well, that was a whiff. 1 hit. They're ranging in. It's in hard cover, so whichever you want to put it on. Hard cover down to soft cover. So
Go with the top one.
Top one. Nothing. Okay, well that was anticlimactic. With the other 3, this junior leader here tried to get the rifle team to start to move up, but rolled a 4, down to 3 inches of movement with the point of shock. But he also ordered that the Bren team is going to start firing on this mortar team here. So that's 6 shots. They're in effective range. You need 5s and 6s. Not a single thing. I can roll high on the tabletop CP dice, but I can't seem to hit anything with my own 8th Army dice. So with the remaining 4, brought in the platoon sergeant here, who gave the removed the point of shock on the rifle team, but gave the Bren team the order to suppressing fire on the frontage of this building here, imposing that -1 to fire. And this team, with the accompanying junior leader, moved with 2 dice to get 8 inches away. So now let's see what the German command dice are. We have a 6, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, 6 means nothing, but at least it's not a double phase. All right, with a 3, Ted's going to try to bring a squad on through the barrage. I swear, these barrages are useless when I do them. And he makes it on with a 4. So this squad here deployed into the 2nd story of this building. From this window, a machine gun is going to be firing at the 25-pounder at effective range, but on a hard cover for the gun shields. So it's 8 shots, needing 5s and 6s, regulars at range. Okay, so that is 3?
Nope, 3, yeah.
3? Okay. I've got to measure it out because I think we might be possibly spilling some hits over. Actually, no, you couldn't even hit them. Right. So it's just 3 in hardcover. Nothing. Okay. And then the rest of those, let's grab some more dice over here. So we have 4 rifles and the machine gun firing through at this squad here. So effective 5s, 6s. 1, 2, 3, 5.
4, 5, yeah.
Okay, 5 in light cover. Well, that is 1 dead and 2 shock. Is it my junior leader? It is not. So we'll pull them and get the shock on. With the 1, he's activating the mortar and 1 hit on the infantry squad. They're in the open, so which one do you want to put it on? Bren team or rifle team?
Go Bren team.
Bren team. It is a point of shock onto the Bren team. So with the 2 under suppressing fire, they are firing on them. So needing 6s. That's 2 from the machine guns, and then what we
7
got?
rifles.
Well, only 2 of them can fire out one of the windows. 3, 5 rifles. Okay, so that's 3. Oh boy. In the open. So that is 2 dead. Is it my junior leader? It is not. But I think they're going to want to reconsider where they are. So Ted elected not to use his 4 to bring in his only senior leader. So here's the British phase. And, oh, I guess I can work with that. We got 2 more on the chain of commands. A 1 and 2 3s. I'm going to use one of my 3s to pull a point of shock here, which, well, they're just going to get it back because with the second command initiative from that junior leader, he's going to run. Okay, that's plenty needed to just get them back out of line of sight. Actually, we'll run them back here. I think they're pretty much done for this fight at the moment. With the other junior leader activation, the 25 pounder is going to fire. Actually, no, I think they're a little bit more threatening in this floor here. So we got HE7 direct fire into the building. 4. Jeez, I might switch dice. So we have 3. You can split that up between.
Alright, so we'll put 2 on the 4 rifle team and 1 on the.
Okay, so they got light cover. So that is 2 points of shock on 1 and a point of shock on the other. So with the remaining 1, the light mortar is going to fire smoke. We're going to aim for right in front of that window there. So it's not. Doesn't have line of sight, but is using the Bren instead. So that's a 3. I'm gonna knock everything over. A 3 is round hits the target if it has line of sight. Otherwise, it's 6 inches beyond the target. So it's gonna go right on top. So if I was aim point right there,
Yep,
boom,
so, right
3-inch ball directly on top, which I mean, kind of works. So the rooftop's getting smoked out, and here's the German command roll. So chain of command, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's see what you can do with that. So with a 1, he's firing the mortar at the 25 pounder and misses. But no doubles, so that's good.
That's this roll here.
Yep, so with a 2, this section is going to fire on the Bren team here. is rolling the 1 on top, which is obscured by smoke. So just needing 6s. All right, so that's just 1. I'm gonna call that light cover since they're...
Yeah.
All right. Oh, it mattered. All right, nothing from that, and then we have the unobstructed line of sight from the other one. 5s and 6s. 4. 4. So that is a dead at a point of shock. Yikes. Yeah, this light cover cancels those out. All right, so we'll get that shock down, and that's going to be bad. So this section in here, squad rather, pulled a point of shock, and both machine guns are firing on the 25-pounder. So 16 shots, 5s, 6s.
1, 2, just 2.
Wow, okay, 2 in hard cover. A single point of shock. I can live with that. And then bring your senior leader on, or?
Not yet.
Not yet? Oh, okay, so we'll get back with the 8th Army phase. All right, so here's the British phase. All right, that brings me up to 5 on the chain of commands, and 1, 3, 4. So with the 4, I activated the platoon sergeant over here. He removed some shock and had the Bren gun just fall back around the corner, so they're no longer getting fired on. And then with a 3, activating the junior leader for the gun, he removed a point of shock and hopefully fire a better shots into them. No, it's not a better shot. It's only 1 hit. It's a point of shock. I'll take it.
So 1, 2, 3. It's the 3 rifles.
Yeah, sure. It's the 3 rifles. And with the 1, I'm gonna fire some smoke. Same position. See what happens. 4. I'm gonna have to look at 4 again. So a 4 without line of sight, it just landed 6 inches, which, yeah, I'll take it. And we'll move on to a German phase.
Oh, that was quick.
Yeah, it's a very, very quick British phase. Okay, 1, 1, 2, 4, and the 6 means nothing. So with the 1, the mortar's firing at the 25-pounder and missing again, but no double 1s. Just combining the 1 and the 2 and trying to bring something on, but no, my barrage finally does some good. And then you bring that senior leader on yet?
Nope.
Okay. So we'll move on to a British phase. What do we got? Well, 6 means nothing. I am up to a chain of command dice. Woohoo! Really nothing to do with it. 2, 3, and a 4. Let's see what I can do. With a 2, I just moved this section up. With 2 dice, they got 9 inches with -1 for the shock. They're starting to push up down there. And with the 3, I'm just going to fire the 25-pounder into that building again. So we got 7 shots. HE, come on, can I grab the dice? 4, 5, 6s. That's what I was looking for. Okay, so that is 6 hits, so it's 3 on each. Light cover.
All right, so 3 on the three rifle team.
As a point of shock.
And then 3 on the other team.
That is a dead. Is it your junior leader? It is not. So a dead on the 4-man and a point of shock on the other one. All right, now we're on target. And with the 4, I'm just going to activate that and remove the point of shock. And that will be the end of the British activation. German activation. Got 2 5s, a 6, a 1, and a 2. So you get some chain of command. That brings you up to 4. And then a 1 and a 2. Let's see what you can do with just that. The 1 is firing the mortar on the Bren team. That is... Nope, they're... Yeah, close range. 4, 5s, and 6s, so that's a single hit on the Bren team. In the open. Nothing. Alright. The ability for the 8th Army to roll low helps. And then you got one.
And then that
you got
section
2.
will...
Section will open up.
Yeah.
So that's 2 machine guns, we said.
Yeah.
And... But -2. Well, minus a die from each for your shock. So we'll count those dice up.
8 and 7.
Okay, 8 and 7, because we forgot there was a rifle in there. So 5s and 6s. 9. Jeez. So grab 2 more of these tabletop CP dice. Hardcover. Oh my. That's 4 dead from gun crew. Is it the junior leader? It is. He is 4 is wounded. So 3 dead from the crew and a wounded junior leader. 3, we'll see what that is on the bad things happen chart. Okay, so the 3 for the bad things happen reduce the British force morale down to a 7. We looked at the footage, and we haven't dealt with this before, but the 3 6s to hit when the 25-pounder fired on the building made the building unstable. So if this building here is not evacuated by the time the turn ends, then on a 6, he can start losing men in the building. Because we weren't aware of that, I'm not going to use my chain of commands dice this turn to immediately end the turn. But that being said, if I roll 6s, then, well, the building collapses anyways. So let's see what the British have. Nope, only 1 6. Okay. 1 1 3 4. I think I can work with that. So I used a 1 to bring on this anti-tank rifle team. And I am going to fire a single shot over at them. So it is HE1. Can I hit him? I do. So anti-tank rifle will reduce your cover by 1. So that squad is in the open. And it takes a point of shock. With the other one, I brought in a medical orderly who is treating the junior leader's wounds. So he came on, used the activation, and because he's being treated, he won't be activating this turn. Or this phase, rather. So with the 3, this section came on off of that jump off point, and with the 4, the platoon sergeant just started to run back over here, which actually... No, I'm just going to change his position to back there. Well, we'll get that measured up and finalized. So this was the final spot out of line of sight of them in case they decide, I don't care that the building's falling down around me. I'm going to kill your force morale and can't be shot over there. So let's see if Ted rolls 3 6s. He rolled 1. Not good enough. Okay. So and a 6, 5, which brings you up to 5. 1, a 3, and a 4. So you can at least activate that squad to get down to the first floor. So let's see what he does. So the senior leader came on off this jump off point, removed the point of shock, and is going to have them fire on the 25-pounder again. So 2 in the open. So yeah, that's 2 hits. Come around here, grab my dice. So that is a point of shock. And you have a 1 remaining. Anything to do with it, or?
No, nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with the 1. Okay, so we'll move on to the British phase. All right, here's the British phase, and, well, that gets me on my way to another chain of command die. So 2 pips on another one. 2, 3, and 4. see what I can make happen with that. So a lot has happened. This senior leader just continued moving back out of the line of fire, and he is ordering this anti-tank gun, or anti-tank rifle rather, to fire another pot shot down at the light mortar. Missed. However, that's not the end of that team's troubles, because they moved up out of the way, and we brought the Matilda on, which is now going to fire its coax machine gun at them. So because it's one of the internal machine guns, pretty sure that it's still only 6 dice, so they are at effective range, so 5s or 6s. One hit. And 1 hit in light cover. That's a kill. The senior leader, while being very close, is, I wouldn't say, an eligible target. It's kind of hid back there. And I'm going to play the chain of command die to end the turn. So, since, let's just cover a few things. So, since they're still on the first floor, then Ted is going to have to roll a d6 for every man still in there. On a 6, well, they get clonked on the head by a piece of rubble and die. And I then get to choose which door they come out of. Also, we discussed it, and he does have a jump-off point on the 2nd floor. So we kind of mulled it over, and we decided that, so if the building had collapsed on 4 dice, 4 6s for the building, we would say that the jump-off point is shut down, because he could then play a chain of command dice to move a jump-off point. That's kind of, they say, you know, we pull it out of the rubble and we regroup a bit. But since the building is collapsing and it becomes shut down and the turn is ending, we decided that it's going to be the loss of a jump-off point, because it's just not recoverable at this point. So let's take care of that. So we'll do the 11d6s, see if anyone die in the collapse. No, you got very lucky. So roll a d6 for the bad thing happen. I think it's 4, 5, or 6. It's -2. All right, so that's going to be at least 1 for the force morale. Finally, bringing the DaK down to 10. So at the end of the turn, we will pull the smoke off. No one's routing, no one's pinned, and I'll figure out where I want those DaK to be when they come out of the building. So I opted for the DaK to have to come out of this side of the building, and they're faced with a conundrum. Do they light up a squad in the open and then get lit up by whatever's left of the squad in the open and the tank and them? Or do they hopefully run away with, well, 2 points of shock per team? We will find out with this guy. Roll, we got a, what, 6, 5, 4, and 2, 1? Oh. All right. We'll see what he does. Okay, so Ted's combining the 2 1s to get a 2 to attempt to run that section out of there. So
6 inches.
Yep, he's going to be able to move 6 inches. He takes an additional point of shock on each team, so that'll bring each team up to 3. And just going to try to scoot around the building, so we'll see where they end up. All right, so the senior leader is telling the mortar team to fire on the 25-pounder, gets 1 hit. And that is a point of shock, so that brings them up to 2. And then the senior leader is going to run. And let's hope he runs far enough. So 14 inches. Let's see where he goes. Okay, so that is close enough to be able to get over there, attach him, and then take you on. Pull point of shock.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is the remainder of the German activation dice. So here is the British phase. We got another chain of commands. 1, 1, 3, and a 4. I can work with that. So with the first one, I'm going to have the anti-tank rifle fire at the mortar team again and miss. With the second one, I'm going to have the light mortar try to dart up a smoke round there again. Okay, a 4, that is 6 inches short, and we'll place that smoke marker. So with the 3, this junior leader activated. He had the rifles string out with 1d6, got a pretty good roll of 6. So they'll be firing with half effects, and the Bren team will be firing with full effects at that German team that is out in the open. So that's 3 rifles and 6 shots for the Bren. They are in effective range, so we're looking at 5s and 6s. And we got 3 hits. So not great. You're in the open.
It's all in that one section, so that's all that's there.
Yep. So that is a dead and a point of shock. Where's your junior leader? Is he back behind the building?
He's back behind the building.
Okay, so yeah, he's not an eligible hit. So a point of shock and a dead. I'll take that. And now we'll move on to what I'm doing with the senior leader. So my lieutenant has come on, and with his first command initiative, he is going to order the 25-pounder to fire on that building over there. So he's firing through smoke, which means it's going to be -1 to hits per the FAQ. So instead of 4, 5s, or 6s, it'll just be 5s and 6s. And with 2 points of shock, the gun is going to be down to an HE of 6. So let's see. Well, that is 3 hits.
Go 2 on the top.
2 on the top, 1 on the bottom. It's light cover. So the top is 2 points of shock, and the bottom is a point of shock. So we'll get that shock put on there. With his second command initiative, he is going to have the Matilda roll forward with 1d6 of movement, and then fire the coax machine gun. So let's see, it's slow, so it's only going to move up 2 inches, and then firing with full effect on the coax, meaning 5s and 6s for effective range. Firing at the section that's in the open on the road. So that is 2 more hits on them. Get those out of there. The open. So that's another point of shock. And then with the final command initiative, he's going to get the other British section here moving, and I just gotta figure out what exactly they're gonna do. So with this activation, the unit is going to have the Bren team fire first. And then the rest of the squad is going to advance 2d6. So here's the Bren fire on that section in the open. Nothing. Okay. And then 2d6 for the rifles. Moving up. So that is a total of 5 inches with the point of shock. And we'll show you where they end up. Alright, so slight correction. I realized I was activating the section, not individual teams with separate command initiatives. So the Bren team just fired. Rifle team is staying exactly where it is. And that is all of the activations. So we will go on to the German roll. And it's a double phase with a 1, 2, and 4. So the senior leader removed 2 points of shock on the section, or the team that's getting fired at, and tried to move the whole squad with 2d6 of movement, rolled a 3, and they just stay exactly where they are. Okay, so with the 1, he's activating the light mortar. They're moving with 1 die, 4 inches, and then we'll be firing at half effect.
Fuck your sniper over there.
Oh, you're gonna try to return fire on the sniper anti-tank rifle?
No, I can't even see him right now.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just saying fuck you for shooting at me.
He's getting out of the way.
I'm still gonna try to take out that.
Okay, so yes, with half effect, so one die.
One dice. Nothing.
Yeah, it's a miss. And then you have a 2 left. So with the 2, the section here is going to fire through the smoke and onto the 25 pounder. So effective range with smoke, going to need 6s. This is just on the first volley. So that's 1. And then volley from the second floor is 3 rifles, down to 1 because down to 2 because of the pins,
So 10.
and then an LMG, so a total of 10 shots. Needing 6s.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Wow. Okay. So 5 hits in hardcover. That is 2 dead. And a point of shock. All right, let's see if it's one of the leaders. It is one of the leaders. On a 1, 2, or 3, it's the senior leader. 4, 5, or 6, the junior. Okay, senior leader is hit. And he is knocked out, so he can't do anything for the remainder of the turn. And a 4 on senior leader wounded. So here's the German second phase. Okay, 2, 2, 2, 4, and a 6, which does nothing.
Let me see,
So the 1 of the 2s, rinse and repeat, firing on the 25 pounder.
that's 3.
3. And then, yep. 4. Come on, hardcover, actually do something. No, there's another kill. Geez, it's a leader. 1, 2, or 3, it's the senior. Okay, the junior leader is hit this time. And he is wounded again. And a 1, I don't know if that will do anything, but we will double check. All right, so the senior leader has pulled 2 more points of shock from that unit there, and then, okay, can move up to 6 inches. We'll show you where they end up. All right, so they just retreated straight back around there, which pulls them out of line of sight from a vast majority of what would be shooting at them. So you got a single, they have two 2s left.
Oh, I'm going to try to bring on a section. Well, I can
Okay.
just bring them on now. There's no more
No,
barrage.
your senior leaders are on the table, so it's still 4, 5, or 6. Not that it ever really matters to you, but they get to come on from a jump-off point now. So with that, too, he's deployed the other one right off here, and they're going to fire on the 25 pounder again. So first section is 9 shots, needing 5s or 6s. Well, that's 3. Ability to roll 6s is almost as good as Will's.
And then 10 for the other one.
Yep.
3 more.
And
4 more.
4 more. Jeez. This might be it for the 25 pounder. All right, come on, hardcover. Roll low, like you're good at, dice. No. So that's 1 dead, 1 shock. Let's see, is it one of the leaders that's hit? Of course it is. All right, 1, 2, or 3. It's the senior leader. Nope, it's the junior leader. He's dead because he gets wounded again. And that's a 3 on Bad Things Happen, which will pin the crew. All right. So after checking some of the shock, that 25 pounder is actually routed. So support unit routes. There's a 2. So that is -1, which means I lose a command die as it drives my force morale down to 4. So there's nothing that Ted can do with the other 2, so Brits now have 4 command dice. well, 2 4s and a 3. That's not really what I want to see. Let's see what I can make of it. Okay, so with the 4, this senior leader here is going to activate the 2-inch mortar to try to fire smoke right there. We'll call it there. So I'll place that die there, and let's see where it lands. 5. 5 might be a direct hit. I'll double check. So the remaining 3, this junior leader here is going to have his whole section fire at this frontage. So at best I can kill 3 of them, maybe hit the senior leader. So we get a Bren, and we get the whole rifle team for a total of 9 shots. Needing 5s or 6s. Okay. No, it's 4. I'll take 4. Because I'm not doing concentrated fire, you can split them between
sections.
Yeah.
We'll do 2 with the 3 rifles.
Okay. That's a point of shock. Ooh. And 2 kills. Is your senior leader hit? He is. What happens to him? He is wounded. So senior leader is wounded, another one's killed. What do we got for a bad thing happens roll? We got a 5. That might not be good. So we'll pull them and consult the chart. So that dropped by 2, and here's the German phase. Wow. 2 4s, 2 3s, and a 2. That'll allow him to do quite a bit. So with the 4, the senior leader was activated. With one of his command initiatives, removed the shock, and then moved the whole section back a total of 5 inches. So with one of the 3s, this section is being activated, but only that group there is going to be able to fire across buildings at them. So you're firing through smoke. Also, since you're only able to fire that section, you could use machine gewehr with your junior leader and add his command initiative to the machine gun dice, giving you 2 more dice.
I like that idea.
All right, hitting on 6s. 2.
I like to think it's my machine gewehr.
Machine gewehr. All right, and in hard cover. Oh, that's a dead. So crew member is killed.
Right.
Then you got a 2 and a 3 left to go. So with a 2, this squad just moved up through the smoke on 2d6, getting 6 inches movement, and let's see if he can bring on a support. No, with the remaining 3, he does not bring on his remaining support option. So that's the Germans done, and let's see what the British can get. Double phase and 2 1s. So let's see what we can make of it. So with the first one, the medic just ran over and got the senior leader back up, and with the other one, the 2-inch mortar is going to be firing one of its 3 HE rounds up at them. So it's 2 dice, and they not using line of sight, so 5s or 6s. Oh, there's a 6, so that's 1 hit. They are now in light cover because it's coming down from the top. And that's a point of shock. So we'll get that shock up there, and now let's see what the double phase brings. 3, 3, 3, 4. I can work with that. So with the 4, the senior leader just moved up to within 4 inches and removed the point of shock from both of them. And with one of the 3s, I'm going to activate the Matilda, which is going to flat out 3d6 up for 16-inch move. I'll show you where it ends up. So the Matilda ended up over here, and just used another 3 to move them up 8 inches. And I rolled a 7-inch move to move this squad around, but Ted has elected to interrupt with a chain of command dice. What are you doing?
This squad here is gonna unleash into your senior leader.
Okay, well, he is attached, so you'd be firing at the section. He's within 4 inches. So you have line of sight with a single rifleman. Do you want to interrupt?
So I can't.
Oh, actually, you can. Yeah, you can target him. You'll just be hitting the squad instead. So if you get a kill, he's the only one that dies. Or only one that potentially gets hit. Because he's the only eligible target, but any shock could be split on the rest.
I'm still gonna take it.
Alright, still gonna take it. We'll count up the dice and see how much lead he's throwing down. Here's the first volley, needed 5s and 6s.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. Second one.
One less shot. One, 2, 3, 4. 4 more.
Alright, so for shock, we'll just split it up. 3 on the Bren team, 4 on the rifles. Yeah. Maybe halfway light cover since it's splashing onto the rest of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's going to be a point of shock. And then let's see if you get any kills. Yep, okay. So there is a kill and 2 points of shock. What do you do to my senior leader? You wound him. And with a 2 for senior leader wounded, I think that's probably something. So with the senior leader hit, the whole squad ends up only moving 5 due to shock. And the British force morale is down to 3, so it's only got 3 dice. And now that's the end of it, so we're moving on to a German phase. So 6, 5, 1, 2, 3. So the light mortar, is firing over on this squad. So 4, 5, 6s. 1 hit. They are in the open. Nothing.
Kind of expected that. Alright, I'm going to try to bring on my last toy.
It does. We'll see where that comes on. So the 221 has very boldly come onto the road and is firing its machine gun across this squad right here, which has the senior leader attached. So 6 shots needing 5s or 6s. And of course, you roll 3 hits. So I'm going to put... Well, where do you want the extra one? Do you want it on the Bren team or on the rifle team?
Put it on the Bren team, I guess.
Okay, so Bren team, 2 shots in the open. That's a dead and a shock. And on the rifle team, that's dead.
Is it his leader?
Oh, we'll see. No, it's not the leader. So 2 dead and a point of shock. So this junior leader activated, pulled a point of shock, and they're firing across at the anti-tank rifle, needing 6s. So 4. 4 in hard cover. You killed him. And that is a team wiped out for a bad thing. Which is a 1. Might care, might not, we'll see. Alright, so no one cared about the anti-tank rifle team dying, but Ted has shuffled them up 1 inch. You would have been firing with half effect because you moved. So it would have been 1 rifle shot. So 1, 2, or 3, you hit him. No. He was trying to shoot him. And now I have something to be concerned with. Well, that was the section, so everything has fired.
Yeah.
And let's see what the British can do. Okay. I think that's what I wanted. Let's see what happens. So with the 4, the senior leader ran around here and is going to be having them fire their second HE shot at them. Hitting a 5 or a 6. I hit him. I'm going to put it on that squad because they're in the open. So, 1 hit in the open. Damn. Well, I'm going to combine the 1 and the 2 to activate the Matilda. So the Matilda is not moving, and the commander is using its 2 command initiatives to help aim the gun, which is going to give it a +1, but that's going to be canceled out because the 2/2/1 is small. So it's in the open. Need a 5 on 2d6. I hit it. So I gotta double check the AP value. So the Matilda has a AP of 5 and firing on the front armor for a net 1 hit, unless Ted can cancel it out with armor 2. Yes. All right, so that's a net 0 hits. We'll look at the chart. All right, so let's see. Net hits, equal hits and saves, 1 to 2 is no effects, and that 2/2/1 is very fortunate. Here's the German commands. 3 5s, a 1 a 4. So let's see what he can do with that. So with the 1, the mortar's firing. No, jeez. All right, so 1 on the rifle team, nothing. 1 on the Bren team is a point of shock. And with the 4, the senior leader just put that whole section on Overwatch. So here's the British. Okay, let's see what I can make of that. So the senior leader pulled a point of shock, got a pretty good move on them. With a 2, this section got a very good move. And with a 3, the Matilda is going to fire again. So it's using the command initiatives to aim the shot, which is going to cancel out the small, but that 2/2/1 has not moved, and I hit it last time. So I hit on a 4. And I did. So now I roll my strike dice, needing 5s or 6s. I got 1. You have 2 dice. Can you get a 5 or 6 on 2 dice? Of course you do. So now let's see. No effect. And with that, and with only 3 force morale, the British, I mean, we put on a good show over here, but this was bad. So they are going to withdraw, hopefully in good order. So this is our first North Africa chain of command game, and we are going to try to also film a bolt action game with the same table setup, so we can get a nice comparison of the 2 game systems. And I think next time it'll probably be the Americans. If not, then the British will give it another go. So as always, we are Little Roadie Wargaming. Thank you for watching. We hope you've enjoyed this game. Help out the channel. Subscribe if you haven't. If you are subscribed, hit that bell notification so that you know whenever we post something new. If you liked the video, if you didn't like the video, let us know. Give us a thumbs up, give us a thumbs down, leave us a comment. We always like hearing from you, and we will see you next time.